OB, right. Nobody's got one of these videos that I can find on YouTube for the big inflatable hot tub. So I've bought tons of expanding foam, 40 750 milliliter bottles, and I managed to get them from Fast Build Supplies. Now there's a guy who's put a really good video on YouTube, but it's for different varieties, the thinner walled variety. He said he had about 30 750 milliliter tins to fill that. Got a couple of issues. I don't think there's a hole in this, I can't find it, but there's water in there. How the hell that got in there, I don't know, because now we've had this tub for about 3 years, and for some reason this year, stinking at the minute, we pulled her out the shed and it's just not keeping air. I've patched it in about 8 different places. I don't know if you can see the little patches here, and there's a big one there. And the only place I can hear air escaping now is this seam, but literally all the way around the thing. So I'm going to follow some instruction from, I'll link the other video that fella on YouTube. He said make a hole opposite the filter. So we're going to go in here, we're going to fill it until it's full of air, gas, and then we're going to come and release some air over there and just repeat that process until we've got our 40 tins in there. I don't think it's going to be enough, to be fair. And I've basically just made a hole underneath, kept that in there so nothing's coming out. There's just one hole stuffed in there. You can feel the foam in there. It's going to take some time to go off there, so we'll just keep that process going. No idea how far it is. Keep going until it starts coming out the hole, I guess. If anyone needs 39 expandable foam straws, let me know. Right, it's just clearly not full, so I'm going to make a hole the other side, let some air out and pump some in over there. I made a hole in the third rim, but I can see it now. It's just above the first, so I'm going to make one lower, fill from the lower, and let the air at the top one. I need more foam. So after slaving for a couple of days, filling the tub and the lid up with the foam, we left it for about 3 days for it to all settle down, harden up. I set the egg up or the motor up and nothing. I was getting an EO2 fault, so I thought at first that I'd blocked something, had a bit of a panic, had a bit of a whinge. Had a look on YouTube and it turned out it was just a common fault. The impeller fan had gone, which you can see photographed here. About 15 quid on eBay over a bank holiday. Got it pretty quick, got her in there, and there's a good video on YouTube which I'll link below. Panic over. While I had the egg open, I noticed that the pipe, which is run into the filter inside of the tub, was all bent. I don't know if it was a factory defect or what. It was bent rigid. Couldn't bend it back and keep the shape. I had to get a heat gun on there. This is what it was looking like. And then to resolve it, I just threw a clip on it and it kept it in shape and it all went back in, no issues. I've just come up to check the hot tub, looking good. And overnight, it's actually got up to 39 degrees, I don't know if you can see that. And it's quite cold out today, only a couple of degrees. So it's managed to get up to 39 degrees, obviously it's too hot, in 10 hours. I've just come out to put the tub on, to get a better reading I find when it's on, and we're already on 35 degrees. It said 33 when I first came out. So I'm very impressed with that. It dropped 4 degrees overnight, and it's 4 degrees outside, so which is the minimum temperature to run this tub anyway. So successful project. Let's see how long it lasts. Right, the all important question, is it worth it? I would say yes. I wouldn't tell you to do it unless your tub was absolutely goners like mine was. Start with a lid, maybe. This is where a lot of people start. If you get it wrong, they're 20 quid to replace. Don't panic about it too much. Just follow the tips. Keep venting it. Don't put too much foam in it. You don't want to overexpand it. Top tip for the lid, do it with the cover over it, because it was a nightmare to get the cover back on after it was already filled with foam, because it does expand slightly, or mine did, slightly larger than intended. Be patient. It's going to take you a couple of days to get it filled. It's going to take a few more days for it to go solid, so be patient. Pick a few days where you're not expecting any wind or rain, because you're just going to have to leave it outside to set. You're going to get stinking. You're going to have to wear clothes, shoes, hats, gloves that you were expected to throw in the bin afterwards, because when it gets on, it does not come off. Takes as long as it takes. You know, I'm not an expert. I'm sure you're not an expanding foam hot tub filling expert. Just take your time with it. With regards to cost, look, I paid this tub was worth 650 quid. I bought it 3 years ago, half price. I think with all the bits, it was about 320 quid. I've had 3 summers out of it. If this didn't work, it'd have gone in the bin. I'd have bought a new one. Didn't really want to drop 850 quid on an all year round one, so I thought, why not? And I got all the foam. I think I paid 280 quid. I'm not Mr. Moneybags, but if it didn't work, I'd have taken that loss. 280 quid is better than 650 quid, which is what this model is selling for right now. Benefits. I mean, it would take this time of the year with the weather we're having 24 hours to heat up. Maybe not so much. But it took 8 to 10 hours to get too hot. The big test I wanted was the morning after the night before. So we put it to bed at about 37 degrees. And then when we came out the following morning, a good 14, 15 hours later, it had been anywhere between 3 and 4 degrees overnight. and it was still sitting at 33 degrees the following morning, and it heated right back up. A couple of hours, done, back in there. So that is remarkable. I mean, there's probably a foot thick of insulation all the way around the whole thing. Mine kept its shape, as I mentioned in the video. Mine's always been a little bit misshapen anyway. That's nothing to do with the foam. It's exacerbated from the foam now because it's permanently sitting like that. It will keep its shape. If it does go and it's time to get rid, I'm just going to cut it up with a handsaw in sections like a pizza and bin it. There's no drama with that, and invest in a more modern one. Don't do it if you're not confident enough. Don't do it just because I've said it, to do it. It's your own tub. I'd certainly consider doing the lid if anything else. This was going to go in the rubbish, so I'm very pleased with the outcome, and I'll keep you posted on how long it lasts as is.